Well, let's see if anybody actually shows up. It is Sports Ball Sunday. Super Bowl. What is it, 52 now? I don't know. Not a huge sports fan. So anyway, as you can see, there's been a little bit of changes going on in the tank. Some for the better, some for the worse. You can see my plant pack plants are still in the pots. I also bought a couple extra ones. Got shipped out all at the same time. The plant pack plants I actually ended up leaving in the mailbox overnight on accident. Found them the next morning. They were frozen, but there's still greens in the pot. So that's all that counts, in all honesty. They're coming back slowly but surely. Oh, that one's sideways. Whoops. Hello. Hello, whoever is here. How's it going? And goodbye. Hello, wet sleeves. What's going on, man? So, the angelfish are gone. I had to get rid of them. I couldn't take care of them properly. No, I'm not watching Rob, actually. I saw that he was going, and then I kind of had this planned for after dinner anyway. Totally didn't realize that Rob was going live at 7. So, I don't know. I'm just here doing my thing. You can see the rainbows are doing great. The tetras are doing great. The cories are doing great. The angelfish ended up being like super stressed out or something. They ended up with a little bit of fin rot, probably a little bacterial, little fungal infection, something. Not really sure. Nope, not watching the aquarium co-op. I'm just down here in the basement. I'm, streaming from my phone. This is it. Just me and some empty walls and the fish. But I do got some bloodworms. Fish go crazy for these. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Oh yeah, there we go. The struggles of live. So, I can hear him in the background. Oh, dang it. I did have... There we go. Oh man, I was watching a video from him earlier, and apparently my phone didn't pause it. My bad. Well, that sucks. Oh well. So I'm just gonna plop that in there. Oh, if it would come out of the package. Boop. There it goes. And the rainbows go crazy for these bloodworms. And then once it all starts falling apart, the tetras go crazy for them. And then whatever lands on the bottom, the cories go crazy for them. Look at them go. All right, yeah, I'll show how the rest of the fish room is going in just a minute here. I've been meaning to actually get these guys on camera, like tearing this cube apart. Thanks. They're my little buddies. Been working real hard with them, and getting them to stay looking nice and fresh, and hopefully get them to breed soon. But we'll see how that happens. That'll be kind of a lot of work. So while those guys are tearing that apart, I did a little bit of cleaning up today. This is where all that substrate used to be. I got that all kind of moved over in the corner, out of the way. This is Marvin. I don't know if you got to meet Marvin yet. He's my friend. He just, does his thing. Looks like he got all the rapashi I gave him anywhere. Or I mean, earlier, not anywhere. Looks like he ate it up from everywhere. Thanks. He's just going. I gotta do a water change on him tomorrow. With the dehumidifier running down here, this tank the level drops pretty quick. Pretty happy with this tank right now, minus this. One of these Murios back here is horribly unhappy, and the other one is just, it's there, you know, it's not dying. It's got a little bit of new growth on the top, but this one is just, it's terrible. I'd reach my hand in there, but it's not clean. And then as far as building goes, I haven't gotten much farther on this side, but I got the door down here, so that's a plus. I'm hoping this week I could get the frame built on this part of it over to here, and then measure out from here over to here where it's got to go, and get those two sections up. That's my goal for the week. Over here, this section of wall is sort of up. It's wedged. It's wedged really tightly up here, because you could see the hammer marks. I was trying to like hammer it into place, but it's not going. So this isn't going anywhere, even though it's not straight up and down. Not gonna be moving, but this will be how big the room is. Those are full 8-foot boards. Those are full 8-foot boards on the top over there, so it's going to be 16 that way by just about 20 to 21 this way. So it'll be a decent size. I was actually looking at it earlier, and well, what I'm gonna do, since those little pieces in between aren't really doing much, well, they are, but they're not. It's, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm just gonna like shave off a little, like a ½ inch of where that one is meeting. Just gonna, you know, take the Sawzall and shave off like a ½ inch, and we'll get it up in there. I gotta do a little bit of work with that. That's gonna be interesting. Maybe I could film it, since I have I got a tripod now, so that's pretty cool. Down here in the 30 breeder, I've been battling some algae for the last month and a half, and it seems to be coming under control since I popped in the CO2 right there. I am dosing ferts. I have a bunch of Easy Green, and I also got some Thrive from my local fish store. I'll show you that in a second. I haven't tried that yet, but from what they tell me, it's super awesome. So we'll see how that works. I'm gonna wait until I don't know, maybe I'll set up a 20 long, plant it, and put some Thrive into that and try it out. Dry ferts. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing the dry ferts thing, but I don't really know what I'm doing with them. I know there's like that EI dosing. I don't know much about that. I've read about it a time or two, but I'd have to do a lot more research into it, honestly. But I will definitely give it a look if it's cheaper, because I'm all about saving money to do this, and you know, kind of do it right. So these little guys are fantastic. I forget what they are. Sorry about all the algae on the glass. Dang it! I thought I had gotten rid of it, but I don't really know what this is. But they've been growing fantastically since the addition of CO2. Before, they were just kind of surviving. Now they're starting to thrive a little bit, and I think I might do some trimming on them once they get a little bit taller, and maybe I'll start populating those out. That'd be pretty awesome. 50 times cheaper. It's basically what Easy Green is made of. Oh, alright. I don't know, maybe down in the comments section, after the video, maybe give me like a couple company names or shoot me a link or something so that I don't forget. Because I know if I don't look at it tonight before I go to bed, I'll end up forgetting by the morning. My memory is just terrible. So yeah, and these little I don't know what these are either. Honestly, 90% of the plants, I don't know what they are. I know that this over here is like dwarf sage, I believe, but I know this is different. No, maybe it's not. Chain swords, that's what these are. I don't know. They're doing fantastic things. What's up, Dank Tanks? How's it going, man? With the Skogs. Look at him go. You know, it's funny that you call me that, because a bunch of my friends call me Skogs, and I don't know, I just think it's awesome. So yeah, these, since I put the CO2 in, this is all new growth. I had this one here, and now this one's new, this one's new, this one's new, that one's just a little BB one. This is all new, and this is actually starting to wrap around the other side of the tank, which is awesome. I got all this up here. This all used to be encased in, oh man, you can't even see that, that was horrible. It all used to be encased in a giant tangle of algae, but I did what I could to pull out most of it, and then the CO2 has been slowly helping to get rid of the rest of it. I still go in here every now and then and pull some out. But I know that the plants are using a lot more of the nutrients now than the algae is able to, so you know, I go in, pick a little bit out every day, and it gets better. And then can't really see into this side of the tank. It's all cloudy. I was working on this side, and tomorrow I'll work on this side. I have to find my Mr. Clean Magic erasers. That's what I gotta do. Instead of the old debit card. That's what I've been using to scrape my glass. Yeah, super excited for when the plants take over their wet sleeves. And you know, I got some fast growers in here, I got some slow growers in here, I got some mediums over here. And you can't really see it well, but there's this little pearlweed. Might be able to see it better from the top. Let's find out. Hopefully I don't drop my phone in here, because I'll cry. So yeah, you can kind of see it. It's like right there. Oh, now the thing's all freaking out because my finger got in there. It's right there. It's a little bit of pearlweed. I never heard of it before, ever. Like the name, and I don't know if there's really a common name for it. But I went down to the local fish store with like $12 worth of plants, and the day that I bought Marvin, it was that day. One of the guys there said, "Here, I'll give you this. If you can get it to grow, bring me a portion." And I said, "All right, I'll see what I could do." So Plagiominium affini, I don't know. It's baby tears, just not the dwarf type. Oh, alright. Well, I don't know, it seems to be doing alright. It's got a little bit of algae on it. So I'll go in there and see what I could do to scrape that out. Yeah, as you could see, the difference in sides here, clean, not clean. And I'm gonna try to get that to really grow, because that would be pretty awesome. Honestly, I just need another tank set up so I could separate out some of these plants. I'd like to have, you know, one tank for stem plants, one for swords and vals. Well, no, not swords and vals, swords and crypts, and then another one for like mosses and buces, I don't know, however you want to say it. But yeah, over the last couple weeks I've been a little bit busy, mainly trying to get this to where I would like it. These swords over here have to go. These Amazon swords, I'm waiting until I go into the fish store and I don't really see too many of them. Because I don't want to bring them in if they still have a bunch, you know. And I was in there the other day and it looks like all the other ones that I brought them were gone. I don't know if it was, you know, they sold them, they took them home, whatever. I don't know. But the grow lights you have, Grow Algae, amazingly cheap LED floodlights, work very well. That's what I use. Yeah, actually I do have a couple of those floodlights. I don't think they're the right color though. I think they might be 5600K instead of the 6500K. I want to replace this with the beams work that I have over there. I just don't think it'll be enough light for this tank. I might need to get a second one. But if that's the case, that's not really too big of a deal because they're fairly cheap. And my CO2 drop checker, it's starting to become the right color almost. It's green. It's not like super bright green, but it's starting to get there. I'd rather have just a little bit less than a little bit too much. But otherwise, these plants are kind of going okay. I got a bunch of them that are covered in blackbeard that's dying because there wasn't enough CO2 going in, so when I was dosing, a bunch of blackbeard started showing up, and then I got the drop checker, and slowly and ever so surely it's all been dying off and disappearing. So I brought some more plants down. As you could see, all the Pogostemons is gone, most of the Mirio is gone, and I brought that back to the store. I ended up getting $24 in credit. So I don't know if you could really see them, but I picked up these three little guys, these Amano shrimp. They've been, just going around eating the algae. Little bits here, little bits there. I've been, rubbing most of it off of the leaves with my hand, and then like right before I do a water change, so that way I could suck it all out. Man, this guy here just keeps coming up and out of the substrate. I gotta put a little weight on him. As you can see down here, most of these stems have little weights on them. That's to help keep them down there until they're rooted, and then once they're rooted, I usually pull them out, I take the weights off and stick them back in. So like a lot of these plants, it's actually time for those weights to come off. This crypt here has been doing awesome. It's got a bunch of great color on it, really loving it. The Crypt Lucens, I think that's how you say it, back here, that's been doing really well. A bunch of new growth on that, and even the smaller pieces that got kind of covered in the blackbeard, like this one's got the whole new leaf. I'm not worried about it. This leaf is still going strong. I'm not worried about it. This little one here I'm worried about. Might just pull it. This hair grass has been going great. The dwarf chain swords, not doing so great. They really got hit with the blackbeard pretty hard, but there's new growth, so I'll go in there and just pick out all the stuff that's covered in the algae. Yeah, look at that little Cory go, man. Fantastic. This dwarf hair grass has been going pretty alright. As again, some of it's got the algae. I'll take my finger and just, you know, swish it around and try to just pull gently on it, get what I can out. But with all the new growth, I'm not too worried about it. And then these dwarf chain swords over here have been, you know, just spreading out a little bit, just like they should. So I'm super happy about that. And you know, there's minor setbacks every now and then, and you end up with algae. It's a planted tank, you know, what do you want? These things happen. This whole section of leaves here is new within a month. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll call that 5 leaves. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, the angels, I'm thinking, were really stressed out because the rainbows are super active. They get most of the food. I'm sure they weren't too happy with that, you know. But one of my friends was able to take the angels. She has a bunch of angels herself, so she's gonna, you know, get them back to health, and hopefully they go on to live nice, very long lives. I'm just gonna end up sticking with tetras and rainbows in this tank. I have, you know, I think about 10 Pristella tetras and my mom's still in a tank that I have there. So maybe I'll go and scoop those up and bring them down and plop them in. Those are great little fish. I really love them. So, yeah, that's about that. So, I mean, a bunch of people, I'm sure, have noticed I've gotten a bunch of great feedback on it. I've gotten, I changed my name recently, and that's going to go along with this tank. This tank here is going to be the super shrimp tank, Halocaridina rubra. I'm gonna be starting a little breeding project with them to, I don't know, just get a big colony going. Gonna bring them down to the fish store. They got a bunch of salt water down there, so maybe they could use the shrimp to feed some of their larger fish. Also, they could always sell them to people too. It kind of a little bit different for people to, you know, make only a half-strength saltwater tank just for some shrimp, but you know, that's what it is. So that's pretty much it. Just been slowly but surely plugging along, and all right, I'm gonna go. Thanks for stopping by and watching. I don't know how many views this will get, being Super Bowl Sunday, but anyway, you guys have a fantastic week. Maybe I'll see you during the week. Stay safe. Do one nice thing for someone. Maybe every day, maybe once a week. I don't know. Just do one nice thing for someone. It could change your life. It could change their life. It'll make them happy. Could make you happy. I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe you get pissed off doing something nice for someone, but that's what I got. And we'll check yous out later.